Hey there. Can you guys all hear me?
Yep.
There. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, cool. So I'm Dr. Ruth Roberts, America's most loved pet health coach. I want to thank you all for taking time out of your evening, or your day rather, to get on this call and learn a little bit more about the pet health coaching program. And if I can ask, I think Joanne's still trying to get her audio connected, but it looks like Cheryl and Maggie are on. What prompted you to want to get more information about this program? Can you guys hear me okay, or is the audio working okay on your end? Okay, great. All right. If you guys want to just hang back and okay, great. Good to hear. So what prompted you to want to learn more about the coaching program we've developed? And if you want to type it in chat, you can do that. Or if you want to just speak up, that's all good too. You can unmute yourself. And amen, Cheryl. Yeah, keep your dogs healthy. And I'm assuming that you all are finding the similar frustrations to many other folks that have joined the program, where they are having a hard time getting their vets to get them information. That's been a real big issue. So that's part of what we're trying to accomplish with this course, is to give you, the holistic pet health coach, the ability to really give other pet parents information. Many of you will want to use this course just for your own pets. For those of you that want to be able to help others, yeah, then this is another way to do it. And you're right, Cheryl, most vets are really not trained in natural options. And cool. And so you're already doing grooming and a lot of rescue work. And I think for groomers, rescue work kind of comes with a job, because you end up seeing situations where just pets are in despicable conditions. So I'm not sure if any of you have received the brochure or some of our emails. What I'm going to do is walk through what the program is about. So this is, hopefully you all have received an email with some basic information, but the program itself I developed because all during COVID and the years after it, with my coaching clients, what I'm hearing from them is that they just cannot get the vets to get them information. You know, they'll hear things like, oh, your dog's got stage 2 kidney disease, come back in 3 months and we'll retest the values and see how things are going. And in the meantime, feed this bag of kidney diet that's made with really kind of despicable ingredients. And there's a lot of frustration with that, because waiting until things get worse is not a great way to approach it. So the goal for me for this course is to train people that either have some experience caring for pets, such as veterinarians, which are, very few are them or have enough time to really take on another way of learning. The other is groomers, pet sitters, vet techs that have burnt out on the profession. And and I think this is the way we have to start really improving our pets' health. And Maggie, that's completely the deal. I mean, you're trying to help your pets, your clients' pets feel better by talking to them about diet and supplements and things like that, and you're not taken seriously because you're just a groomer. And that's my hope, is that we can develop a way for you to be taken seriously and be given the credit you're due. You all, as groomers, know so much about individual pets. You see the changes that happen to them over the years, and so you are truly in the best position to help provide some care for these guys and some information for the pet parents. So my goal is to give you the basics related to functional medicine, how things work in terms of physiology and conventional medicine, and then also some concepts from traditional Chinese veterinary medicine, especially related to how we can use food to support health issues, to be able to improve how our pets do. And again, I'm not trying to teach you veterinary medicine or how to be a veterinarian, but to teach you how to coach pet parents to improve their pet's health. And if we think about pet health coaching health coaching on the human side, it's one of these things that has gone from somebody in the doctor's office that could explain to the patient how to prevent the prediabetes from turning into full-on diabetes. What if we could develop that as a career and a profession to help pet parents understand how to truly prevent disease? And that is the goal. So my promise is to give you the information you need to confidently work with clients and their fur babies and build a fantastic business if that's what you want to do with it. Make a difference, especially for those of you that do rescue work for those pets coming into rescue from dreadful situations of neglect, so that you can make huge turnarounds pretty quickly. So these are some of the things that you're going to learn. I've been in practice for over 30 years. I've been doing one-to-one coaching calls since 2013 with people literally all over the globe. So China, Portugal, Korea, Romania, actually. And that's what I will be able to help you learn how to do, is how to modify cooked food using the original CrockPet diet. That's the concept that I developed in 2006 as we began to see that first pet food recall hit. Because I was trained in Chinese medicine, the idea is that the stomach is the cooker of the 100-degree soup. So if we present the GI tract something that's already pre-cooked, then we can really help a tremendous number of pets that are quite ill start to get better. And that's not to say that raw is not an option. It's just that in my hands, this is what has performed the best. So as a holistic pet health coach, you can certainly consult with clients one-to-one. You can do group coaching programs for people with puppies, kittens, senior pets, do group cooking classes. I mean, there's just an unlimited number of options that you can use this for. As far as the course outline, we have set this up so that it is a 16-week course. There are 2 weeks we call integration weeks, which are essentially time for you to catch up, sort of recalibrate, get clarity on things you may be having issues with the holidays, both, Christmas and Thanksgiving, and then into spring break. We will be sort of altering when the integration weeks fall, so that we can make them accommodate the holidays a little bit better. So then, pardon me, I've had this dry cough that is not relenting. So the first 2 weeks, the goal is to teach you how to set up a business. Sorry about that. So part of this is to give you the technology that you will need to make this all work. The great news is that to start with, you can create free accounts so that there's no cost involved, and then learn how to use it. We will teach you how to set it up specifically and get things really ready to go so that you can start working with people almost immediately. Excuse me. The second part is teaching about marketing. And that's one of those things that sort of is a dirty concept, but it is super important for getting the message out. So whether that's one-to-one in your grooming shops, you've got some flyers out, some brochures, things of that nature, or if you've got folks that you already text and email on a regular basis to tell them what you're doing in your grooming business, or with your rescue group, these are all things that will apply and will help you spread the message of what you're doing. The third week is when we start getting into the nuts and bolts of this. And we'll talk about integrative medicine, functional medicine concepts, traditional Chinese veterinary medicine. And then the conventional medicine portion is really kind of my take on why things are not good and why we are facing so many problems for our pets. So the fourth week, then we will jump into the original CrockPet Diet, which is a recipe program that I developed back in 2006, and it is extremely modifiable. So we can modify it in terms of using keto type recipes. We can modify it in terms of what the pet may be sensitive to, and then so I'll teach you how to do all of that, the concepts behind it, the concepts behind what's wrong in pet food, so that again, you can help explain much of this to your future clients. And then lastly, we'll go through how to set up something called a rotation and elimination diet. And we use this as a backbone way to help support gut health and to help heal the gut. And then the next module is all about the gut. So I think many of us know right now that if there is dysbiosis present, if there are health problems in the gut, we really have to work on those to get any other health problems to be fixed. And then we'll talk about the liver, our great detoxifying organ, and then kidneys. And then each of these will use sort of understanding the normal biology, applying functional medicine concepts, applying traditional Chinese veterinary medical concepts, and then running through supplement programs that have found to be extremely effective. Now, then somewhere in between, again, depending on holidays, usually we try to get an integration week in between the liver and kidney unit, because this is really the most intensive part of the program, getting through understanding food, gut health, and supporting the liver. The kidneys are also a really big one because that's a very,
Hi.
very common health problem. Hey. Hey, Susan. So then we'll roll into the endocrine system. We'll have another module about business so that you understand basic business modules that are setups that you could use, a little bit more about working with clients, a little bit more about how to keep providing them information. And then we'll go down through skin issues, musculoskeletal system. We will have the very marvelous and incredibly intelligent Angela Ardolino from CBD Dog Health instructing us about the endocannabinoid system. And then later in the autoimmune disease and cancer module, she's going to be back to talk about mushroom tinctures and medicinal mushrooms in general. We'll have another integration week somewhere in the middle of here, and then brain, behavior, neurological, emotions, because I think this is a component many pet owners don't get the concept on. that it's there is a connection between emotional health and physical health. And and then the last sort of heavy module is the cancer and autoimmune disease. So we'll talk about how that happens and what we can do to support it. Now, and then the last one, through each of these modules, I should back up and say there will be a quiz at the end of each. You must pass the quiz in order to go on to the next module. And there is also homework for each of these modules. So for the first two, much of it is providing screenshots and some preliminary ideas as far as what your mission statement is, how to write a blog post, things like that, so that we can start teaching you these concepts. These are things that you're going to be sort of coming back to through the whole course. As you learn more, you'll be able to hone your message and improve it. And once we get into the food module, we'll start asking you to create both a written and video response to different problems associated with these specific units. And the reason I do that is that many of us want to have the ability to work remotely, and being able to present yourself on video is just critically important. The other thing is that it really gets you to start being able to get this material and the information out to people with ease and with flow, so that it comes across very clearly to them. So it's terrifying for a lot of folks, but it's a great way to start getting through that and start performing well, so that you can get the information that your clients need. And then the final exam, sort of in this last week, would be 2 consultations with pet parents. Now, part of my goal is that at week 4, you're going to have enough information to start working with people at no charge, or for some charge if you would like, and helping them understand how to adapt their pet's diet for the better and keep them healthy. And the other thing is that as you keep going through these units, you're going to get more and more questions from folks that you meet. We're going to help you answer those questions 2 ways. One is there is a weekly coaching call with me, and we'll spend that hour clarifying questions on the material. If you're already working with clients, then you can ask questions about, what do I do about this? What do I do about this dog that's got chronic skin issues and diarrhea? And then we'll walk through how you might approach supporting this pet. So that will help you get a start. But my guess is that as you start to go through these modules, you're going to be working with more and more people. If by the time you hit the end of the course and you have not sort of found clients you can work with, we can find you a couple of sort of sample clients to work with. But the idea is that you're able to run this call with a client, explain to them, help them understand what they can do to support their pet, and then give them sort of a treatment outline, or a care plan is a better way to put it. So that is, I think that's the program in a nutshell. And now what I would like to do is let you all ask questions. And if you should be able to unmute yourself. If you're not familiar with Zoom, there should be a little microphone in the lower left-hand corner, and there should be a red line through it. You can just tap that and it will go to green, and please ask any questions I can help you with.
Hi, this is Jenny. I'm with
Hey,
CBD
Jenny.
Dog Health. I'm Angela's vet tech. So sorry, I have my CBD
That's all
guy
good.
up. Is this, sorry, I missed I was on the call with a client. Is this more business based, or is it more learning about like holistic and homeopathic treatments?
Yes.
Okay.
Both.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was just because I have no plans on leaving my current job, but we're starting to
Yeah.
work with mushrooms, and also, I deal with clients, they call, I recommend our CBD products and what would work best for them. But I'm interested because they go, well, what can I do for, diets and things like that? And, typically I'm like, oh, check out Dr. Ruth's, CrockPet. And I, recommend things, but I don't know much about it. But I just wanted to double check that this wasn't like just to start your own business for.
No. And so we have folks that have done this course because they simply want to be able to support their own pets better. But the goal is for me to provide you all the tools you need to be able to do whatever it is you want to do with this course. And so for you, this would be a great complement to offering suggestions for the clients that you work with and broadening those horizons. So exactly.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course. Ladies, Susan, Cheryl, Maggie, Joanne, can I help you? Are there questions that you've got that I can help you with? So feel free to unmute and jump in. One of the big things is the cost of the course, and that's what a lot of folks are like, well, doc, how much does it cost? And it is not an inexpensive course, but because we also offer ongoing coaching calls, not only during the program, as well as a mentor that will work with you once a week. You can get on that call and, go through the process of a consultation with one of your own pets and understand that processing. And how we would approach the different scenarios. Then as you're going through the course, if you have questions on the material, if you need clarification on, how to approach something, or if you simply want to role play, like, what do I do if somebody asks me this? Then that person is available as well. To help you. And right now, Rhiannon Andrus and Michael Daly and Delora DeVore are the first 3 graduates of the program. They will be the mentors in the class. It is a lot, and it can be somewhat intensive, but I think if you can commit 6 to 7 hours a week, you can get through the course with ease and retain the material and be able to use it in the way that you see fit. So again, as far as how much does it cost, the cost of the course itself is $5,000. So again, not inexpensive, but if your goal is to transform your business, so for those of you that are groomers, but you want the authority to say, listen, I really do know what I'm talking about, and here are some things that I think will help your pet tremendously. And if you'd like to discuss this in more detail, please feel free to set up a time for consultation. So certainly you can pay that in full. We also a for-pay program as well. And then we are working with a funding company called Ease that can provide you a 24-month payment option at $270 a month or less, again, depending on your credit score. So those are the 3 options for payment. But I think that because this is a very intensive program with a lot of hands-on interaction, and best of all, after you finish the course, you will have lifetime access to, or at least my lifetime access to, ongoing coaching calls for the graduated coaches. So if you're hitting problems with a particular patient, we'll be able to support you in doing that. So Susan's got no questions. That's great. What else can I answer for you guys? Maggie, can I help you with something, or?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, good to
Can you
meet
hear
you.
me?
I can.
Yeah,
I
you
gotcha.
do. So I'm one of the members on the call, and I just wondered how you how can we incorporate this into our work schedule? Like, do we have to be available for the live mentoring or things like that? So many hours a week? Like, I know you said 6 or 7 hours a week for the coursework,
Total.
but
Right.
do you have to make sure that you have a day off, certain days that we meet up with you or a mentor or
So,
whatever? How
so
do
the
you how do you
coaching,
go about
okay,
that?
here's how we work it. The mentor calls you schedule at your convenience. And so you work with the
Okay.
mentor, works with their schedule, your schedule, so it fits. So that's roughly an hour a week. And then with the coaching calls, this will be pre-scheduled. We've got one right now in the morning, so about 9 a.m. Eastern, and then the second one is at 2 p.m. Eastern. So I'm trying to kind of cover all the bases and make it convenient for people to be able to get there. And we've got 2 classes opening up. One is in December. It will start the 1st of December, and then the next one will start January 12th, I think it is. So what we'll
Okay.
do is, did I freeze up on you?
No.
Okay, good. Sorry, my internet's been a little sketchy. So
Okay.
what we'll do is get a consensus from the group as far as what works well for almost everybody and time options I've got available, and then we'll take it from there. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, that's helpful information. Because I get to write my own schedule, but I'm also, people depend on me to be available for their appointments too. So I was just worried about having enough time. So.
Exactly. So, and this is the thing, I think with enough notice, you can, if you've got some flexibility in your schedule, you can make this program work around your schedule
Yeah.
pretty easily. Yeah.
Yeah, that January, that might be doable. That's good to know. Because we booked
Yeah.
out 8 weeks. So.
Oh, I bet during the holidays, anybody that's in the grooming business, pet sitting business, boarding
Yes.
kennel business is just, over the top.
Busy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time.
It is my pleasure. And is this something you think you would really like to check out a little bit more deeply?
I know that it is something that I'm going to do for sure eventually. I just, getting finances and scheduling appropriately, things like that. I'd have to get that all lined up for myself, but this is the
Completely
program
understand.
that I want to do.
Oh, wonderful.
For
Well,
sure.
oh, that's great to hear. Well, I'm gonna drop David's contact information here in the chat. David is kind of our guidance counselor, if you will, for people that are interested in the program. And, he can get you all the information you need if you need more questions answered. And if you have some additional questions, he can also get a call set up with Rhiannon, who can go through more questions for you, tell you what her experience was with the program itself, so that you can get all the info you need before you make the commitment. And I totally get what you're saying. Times are getting a little sketchy right now economically, but it's not a small investment, but I think it will be very worthwhile.
Yeah, I
One
think
of
it'll
the
pay off.
Yeah, well, and then one of the other things I actually failed to mention is that we have a page set up on our website, where we will have information about our coaches that have graduated and have gotten through a certain portion of the program. And I'm retiring from consultation. So as people request them, we will be sending them over to that page so that they can choose from the coaches that are available. And we will be running some Facebook ads to help promote you as you come into the ability to work with folks, so that, again, we can help you get a return on your investment as quickly as possible.
Very cool.
Cool.
All right. Thank you.
With pleasure. Any other questions from anybody I can help you all with? Susan's good. Joanne, I'm glad you were able to get signed back in. I know you were having trouble getting connected. And Cheryl, any questions from you? Okay, well, ladies, again, I've put David's contact information in the chat. If you want to copy that, get in touch with him, whatever we can do to help you kind of work through this. There's a video I created also about the entire program, which hopefully will explain things. And Cheryl, I totally get what you're saying. It is, it is a good investment. So one of the other things we'll be offering probably by January is basically a pet parents version of what do you do for various situations. So we'll have that coming soon. So Cheryl will let you know when that's available, and that may be something that is a better place for you to start. And then as you gain some confidence, you can go forward from there. Great. Well, ladies, if there's no other questions, I am going to jump off. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us, and I hope that we will see you in the future. And that's what I know. Take good care. Cheers.